Well, good morning, Birmingham. It is 6:06. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Thanks for hanging out with us this fine Wednesday morning. You just heard Evan Chikvera give you a look at the weather. It is going to be mostly dry and very hot as we go forward here. So
Sure
they were
will
talking mid to upper 80s, and then by the time we get to the weekends, we're going to be in the 90s. Next week, it's like 93 to 96 with heat indices into the 100s.
I know. It's going to be a little hot. Last night, got outside for just a little bit. Humidity down.
Yep.
If you felt that a little bit,
I
felt
enjoyed
pretty
that.
good.
Enjoyed that a great deal.
I'd like a little more of that.
Yeah. Lower the better, I say. Really would be good if we could get that even further down. It's down below 60 in my house now. That's good.
Lovely.
It only took 3 dehumidifiers to get there.
Going to go October for that.
Okey
You know, I love Steve's optimism.
Yeah.
That's
well,
what really matters
well, we
here.
know
I
it. It'll be
am
here.
optimistic for October.
Yeah, I'm
You
with you.
know, for this morning and some of the stories we're going to be dealing with today, we need some optimism.
We do indeed.
That's what we need.
We do indeed. And just call me Mr. Sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Mr. Bugs is ready to take care of the insects that are pestering you. High humidity does tend to mean lots of mosquitoes, and mosquito reduction is no joke. You know, I found out yesterday. I've been saying I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years. 5. Turns out 5 years. This is my 5th year of doing mosquito reduction because I can't imagine life without it. Once I tried it and said, holy cow, this stuff really works. Because I'd lived in my house for 1 year without it. And the reality is I was getting eaten alive on a regular basis. I'd step outside, and I was just like a mosquito magnet. Now, no problems, 0 problems. And that is just entirely due to Mr. Bugs and the work that they do. Now, they don't promise to get rid of all the mosquitoes. That's why they call it mosquito reduction. But I can tell you, it really, really does work. I'm speaking from experience here. And for the price, you can't beat it. They just came by and sprayed again the other day. That means I get to have a good rest of the week and weekend, spending time on my back patio. I'm looking forward to that. So why not give them a call and find out more about it? That's Mr. Bugs, MRBUGGS, statewide at 844 MRBUGGS. Locally, it's 9416252. Mr. Bugs, online with 2Gs.com, MrBugs.com. They know what bugs you. Speaking of bad news, let's just go ahead and dive right into it, shall we?
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Well, elections in New York yesterday. These, of course, were primaries. And every single socialist Democrat came out on top, and not by a little.
A lot.
Yeah, interestingly, this is what people wanted. They voted for the Mamdani group. Mamdani is, I said he's got a wealth of charisma. Unfortunately, he hasn't really been in office long enough to see what the reaping is going to sow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people jumping
Or
on that bandwagon.
what the sowing is going to reap, I should
Right.
say. Yeah, it goes the
6
other way.
months in, and they're like, oh, well, vote for this person. Oh, because Mom Donnie said, oh, careful there. Slow your roll. Slow it.
Again, there are folks who are just excited, like, look, he balanced the budget by begging for money from the state and by not funding the pension. These are little tricks that he's using, and he hasn't been able to actually keep any of his promises as of yet. So let's all just, like Valerie
Take a
said,
breath.
slow your roll, take a look. Let's wait and see how things go. But all 3 of the socialist candidates are shoo-ins because every one of these is a Democratic district, like District 10.
Let me tell you, New York's in big trouble.
Yeah.
They really are. They
Yeah.
have no idea. The train is coming down the tracks, and the light isn't on, and they don't even see it coming. They got no clue.
They have this desire now to make this sweep nationwide. They want to get excited, and they want to do this on a national basis. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get that in the South. You're never going to get socialism in the South because we understand. We're smart. We've seen it. We've watched how it has failed in other places, and we're not the ivory tower elites who are convinced that if it was just put in our hands, we'd know how to do it. I saw a video the other day, man on the street interview, talking to some of these people who were marching for socialism, and he said, socialism's never worked anywhere. Why do you think it's going to work now? And the guy said, well, man made a lot of attempts at flying before we finally succeeded. So, that's basically the same thing with socialism. It really is.
That's a little different.
Here's why it's different. The very concept of flying is not flawed. Birds do it. We've seen them. Butterflies do it. Bees do it. Insects do it. We've seen bats fly. We know that flight can be done. Socialism at its very core is flawed. It has never worked anywhere. No one's ever done it right. It has always been a failure. Now, if you want to be a very high tax, high government service, I guess you would call it a municipality in the case of New York City, knock yourself out. You can be like Finland. You can be like Norway. You can be, whatever you want in terms of that. But the socialism thing means covering the means of production, actually taking over the means of production. It's destined to failure.
All I know is if I were of the Jewish persuasion, I would no longer live in New York City.
Oh, I'd get the hell out of there.
They are very critical of Israel. They get out.
Yeah.
Get out. And just to think the cost of living in New York City and what comes with that and how Mamdani is going to work through this. And now he's got 3 possible candidates here. Again, these are not Democrats. These are socialists.
Socialist and proud of it.
Deep socialists, and they're waving that flag really high and fast. So get ready.
Well, there's a little good news. Anyway, the Justice Department yesterday announced it had charged 455 defendants for alleged healthcare fraud totaling more than $6.5 billion in what officials described as the largest health services fraud takedown in U.S. history.
I say nice job, DOJ.
Schemes involving Medicare, Medicaid, hospice care, wound treatment, opioid distribution, and genetic testing fraud were all uncovered. Fraudsters can no longer rip off American taxpayers, said Acting Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche.
Don't you know there's some people that have not had the knock on their door yet from the DOJ that are shaking in their boots going, well, it's just a matter of time. They're going to come get me.
They need a change of pants right now, that's for sure.
They do.
Man, oh, man. And that's good. And that is one of the things that they did say yesterday is that, we catch these people now. We punish them to the fullest extent of the law. And that really does slow down people from doing it in the future.
It sure does.
Because,
or it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
90, listen to 90 medical professionals charged more than $127 million because of the luxury vehicles, some of the jewelry and assets that they seized was crazy. I mean, yachts, y'all, Maseratis, every luxury car you could think of, jewelry that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. They just were living the lavish lifestyle. Using our money, right?
Money.
That's great.
Yikes.
But glad we're getting a handle on this.
Coming out of Calera, a suspect that police had been searching for has been arrested after trying to flee from police on a scooter. According to Calera police, a day shift patrol had been actively searching for Christopher Lloyd Ray, a man who had 4 current failure to appear warrants in Chilton County. 2 were for retail theft and 2 were for previously attempting to elude law enforcement. Police said Ray was spotted running a stop sign on a scooter. He then slightly increased his speed, and left the road, driving behind a house into a planted field. Ray reportedly wrecked the scooter, then ran a short distance before being arrested. Calera police on Facebook said, "We're thankful that he didn't have a skateboard on him or the chase might have continued."
I don't know. In that field, it was probably over with,
Probably
right?
a little muddy. A little bit muddy back there. But a funny line nonetheless.
Yeah, it is a funny line.
If you ever watched Justified, this man, Christopher Lloyd Ray, almost a dead ringer for Dewey Crow.
Yeah, that's a very good one. That's about right. If you need a visual, there it is.
Yeah, if you need to go, just go look up Dewey Crow, and there he is, same guy. 6:15 with Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Work Trucks is downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South, where they have got a field of trucks. There are over 100 on the lot at any given time, big ones, small ones, everything in between. All of them been through a 125-point inspection. You can trade, finance, get an extended warranty. Some so new they still have warranties on them. Service center right across the street if you need to get your truck worked on. You don't have to have purchased it from Work Trucks. They will go ahead and work on your truck anyway because that's how they do things. Work Trucks with an X, LLC.com to get a look at the entire lineup. Work Trucks, LLC, or downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South, where they are all about trucks. 620, Talk 99.5, talk995.com, Dixon and Vining. Wednesday with a high of what today? 85, 86? What are we looking at?
87 I saw.
87.
Yep.
All righty.
And a little chance of an afternoon shower.
It's small. It's
Yeah.
tiny. I had dreams last night of thunder, and I woke up this morning thoroughly expecting to see a lake in my front yard. And it was like, nope, just dreams. That was all.
Isn't that something?
No dreams. That's
Dreaming about rain.
Not the tiniest bit of rain. Not the tiniest bit of. That's good though. I mean,
Yeah.
look, man, I could use a little dry out here, just a bit.
Yeah, just a few days. I mean, everything's greened up. The lawn is nice and green, and they're growing like crazy. And trees are
Growing
all
like crazy is
green, and-
exactly right.
yeah.
Last Thursday, I got home, and I walked through the garage door onto the back porch, and I looked at my lawn, and I said, "You would never know that this was mowed 3 days ago."
Yeah, that's how fast it's growing.
It is going absolutely
Yeah.
crazy. And I don't do the fertilizer thing, man. I don't do any, as I believe my father-in-law taught me, if it's green and is growing, just leave it. You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my belief.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Until there's weeds in it, and then you probably need to put a little something
No,
on
the
it.
weeds are green and they're growing. I'm good.
Oh,
That's fine.
you're good with weeds.
Absolutely.
Not-
Zero
not
problems.
so much me.
I'm fine
I
with
don't
it.
like the weeds.
The
Get off my lawn.
Weeds are my friends.
Oh, my goodness. All right, I'll tell you a good friend, and he certainly has been to all of us and to our listeners, Danny Knowles of the Knowles Group. He puts together financial plans because, well, maybe we don't have the expertise to do that. And if you fit into that category, it's a great idea to reach out to Danny. Let Danny help you out with this. Doesn't take a whole lot of time, but he does want to talk with you a little bit about, what your thoughts and what you want to do later on in life. Maybe what you want to retire early. Okay, well, you're young enough and you start really getting after it. He can make sure that financial plan will get you where you want to go. But if you don't have that plan, you don't have a path, you may not be able to get there. So it's important to have a financial plan if you don't, because there's an awful lot that goes into it nowadays between taxes and where you should invest your money and health care, Social Security, all of these things play into the plan. That's what it's about. So if you don't have it put together, our good friend Danny can help you. The Knowles Group, Knowles. If you want to look them up online, that's probably the best way to reach out to him today. TheKnowlesGroup.com is the website. Once again, reach out to Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group at TheKnowlesGroup.com.
Feel free to drop us a line at 545-9950. Drop us a text there over the course of the entire morning. Always interested in what you have to say, and you can respond to any subject or topic that you hear. When we sit down to put together show notes and figure out what story is going to go where, you wouldn't think that's terribly important, but there has to be kind of a flow to the show. You want to want things to go not too heavy. You don't want to do too many national stories in a row. You kind of want to bounce around a little bit. Let's get some national. Let's get some local. Let's have a funny story. Let's have a serious story. Trying to make sure that every hour gets a little bit of everything in it. We always say, like, if you listen to us for 20 minutes, you should have a pretty good idea of what's going on in the world in the morning. And I particularly chose to put this story here because why? Because old people wake up early. Have you noticed this? You reach a point, I guess, and I'm
What
not
are you
sure.
saying about us?
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
what are you saying there, Richard?
We all wake up
Huh?
early for our job, but I mean, even people who are retired and don't have to wake up early have a bad habit of getting up at about 5:30, and I think it's because you can't sleep.
Right.
Plus, you eat
Or
dinner.
you get tired early and you go to bed, and the next thing you know, you're up.
You're
before
eating,
the sun's
eating
up.
dinner at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Then you watch a little Matlock, and then you're down for the night. I mean, that's how it is.
Nothing wrong with eating at 4 p.m. You beat the crowds. when
Plus,
you go out to eat.
early bird special.
I
Come on.
totally get it.
Now we're talking. There was a time.
Yeah.
There
And
was a
I don't
time.
want them to run out of that fish at that restaurant I love.
Oh,
If
no.
I wait till too late, the fish
right.
is gone.
It's going to be gone.
Or that fillet that you wanted.
All going to be gone.
Oh, we're sorry. We're out of that. See, we should have come early.
Should have been here at 4.
Golly, cuss.
Here's the story. Fake
Yeah.
Medicare cards are showing up in Alabama mailboxes. It's a scam. It is designed to steal your Social Security number, your identity, possibly latch onto your bank account, because what it says, first off, it's a plastic card. It says it's a new Medicare card for you, replacing your old Medicaid card, and then you have to activate it, and it tells you how to activate it. I'm not going to go into that. But the fact is, if you activate it, now suddenly they have access to your Social Security number, your Medicare number. They have access to your bank account information. And the next thing you know, you're wiped out. There are people out there who will take advantage of the elderly. They'll take advantage of those who are in pain, those who are in danger. I mean, look at all the Medicare and Medicaid fraud we were just talking about. They were taking money from people who need it to fund their Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that nice? Or that
Yeah.
beautiful necklace that was millions of dollars.
Yeah. And this is happening
Golly.
now in the state of Alabama. And this is my favorite part of this. The person who actually handles AARP in Alabama, Jamie Harding, said, I think the thing to emphasize is legitimate Medicare cards are always going to be made of paper. Really?
Yeah.
Really, government?
Put it right out there, didn't you?
Really, U.S. government?
Listen, you have to, and not just those that are older, us younger people, we all have to do our due diligence.
You've
If
got to
it's
be-
in the mail, if it's a phone call, if it's an email, you have to question every single thing you get.
Yep. Don't click on nothing.
Don't
That's
click
for
on a
starters.
single thing.
Yeah.
Do not go to a website
Nope.
that because it says it in your email or it says it in the mail that you got in your mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to do your own research before you start clicking and don't and the main thing is this, don't panic.
Right.
Because maybe we've all experienced this where we're like, "Oh my gosh, it looks like somebody's gotten into an account."
Mm-hmm.
Take a deep breath. Don't panic. But move quickly to do your own homework to find out what's going on. You make the phone call. And it's sad because this is a pretty good, if you think about
Oh,
it,
it's a great scam.
it's a pretty good scam.
As scams
and I
go.
can see how people would fall for this.
Absolutely. I mean, these were all targeted at my late ex-mother-in-law because she would basically click on anything. You know, that was just her way.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, she was notorious for, she'd fill up a computer with viruses and then she'd go, well, time for a new computer. Yeah, this one is deathly ill.
no.
Dorothy, you killed it. You killed it with viruses. Congratulations. It is astounding to me how these things come and go in waves, though. The latest one that I'm getting a lot of is, it started off with your Hulu Disney subscription has lapsed. We tried to take your payment and it didn't go, so click here and, you can renew. And we're like, all you have to do is go up and click. And if you know what you're doing on email, which I sometimes do, you can click on the address, the email address that it came from. And it's, Joe Schmidlap@gmail.com. You're like, he's not the guy who controls your Hulu Disney account. He's the guy who's trying to scam you.
Well, and some of it is, we've done so much online training
Yeah.
to kind of know that. There's a lot of people that don't even look at that address.
Yeah.
They're looking at the message.
Sure.
They're not looking at that.
Oh, no.
And it's one of those
Well,
things
and
you're like, oh my gosh.
The address is hidden pretty well. I mean, they
Yeah.
hide it behind a couple of layers. You have to know what you're doing to get at it. But it started off as Hulu Disney. Now I'm getting Amazon Prime. I got Netflix the other day. And I'm like, none of these are running out. None of my subscriptions are done. If anything, they will automatically renew my subscription without asking me.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Don't just get caught up in that. You still get the unpaid tolls. Still getting the unpaid tolls texts.
Yeah. I saw those the other day.
That's the latest.
Or you've missed jury duty.
Oh, my God. You owe us
That's
all
the one.
this
Oh gosh,
money.
they're coming to arrest me. I missed jury duty.
Look, they're getting better and better and better at this to the point where they're spoofing numbers where you actually think they're calling from the sheriff's office. You're quite convinced they're calling from the sheriff's office. Don't buy into it. If you didn't get any sort of thing in the mail about jury duty, then you didn't miss jury duty. I guarantee you that. All right. But I love the fact that the actual Medicare card is made of paper. We expect you to last about as long as the card does. That's what we're trying to say. It's like your Social Security card. It's made of paper, and they're like, don't you dare laminate that. Oh, yeah, that's the last thing we want to do is actually try to hold on to it and save it forever.
Preserve it, yeah.
No, we can't do that. Good morning, good morning. Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. If you have not yet downloaded our app, get to the App Store and do so. It is for any and all phones. We've got the iPhone version. We've got the Android version. And it's better than anybody else's app. I'll say that without hesitation because you can watch us on the app. You can contact us, either call us or text us through the app. I believe it picks up a Gilligan's Island. It will microwave your dinner. It's amazing how good this app is.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much everything you need, nothing you don't.
Podcast on there.
Right
Been
there.
missing a show, or
There you go.
somebody we have on with us.
Jock,
you can check it out.
99.5 is our app. Go check that out, will you please? Several years ago, I was finding myself awake in the middle of the night, generally from 2 to 4 every single night. I would wake up. It was like clockwork. It was weird. Didn't matter how tired I made myself or what time I went to bed. I'd wake up and I'd still be awake between 2 and 4. Got to the point where I would just schedule a movie during that time. I'd wake up and watch a movie and then go back to sleep. That was low testosterone is what the problem was. My testosterone was abnormally low. I didn't know it at the time. Didn't know it until I went to the Alabama Men's Clinic. They checked and they gave me a number, and it was way below 600. We got it back up where it needed to be, between 600 and 900, and now I sleep like a baby. I slept like the dead last night. True story. You can too. If you're having that problem, or if you're having the draggy problem, if you're having the situation where you're just not gaining muscle even though you're going to the gym, these are things that are all signs of low T. And the Alabama Men's Clinic can help you with that. 598-7000. Make the appointment. You'll probably get one as early as this week. Get in there, get tested, $99 to find out what your testosterone number is, and then they can start talking to you about how to get it where it needs to be. ED and hair loss and weight loss as well. Men is their middle name. The Alabama Men's Clinic. What are you waiting for? Make the call. Start changing your life almost immediately. AlabamaMen'sClinic.com online. You can make an appointment there too. What is being referred to as an activist judge has ruled that you are not allowed to block SNAP recipients, a.k.a. food stamps, from using their benefits to get sugary foods and drinks. How dare you?
Let them have the junk.
U.S. District Judge Amy Berman Jackson said that the U.S. Department of Agriculture lacked the authority under the federal law to approve state requests to bar recipients of the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, SNAP, from using benefits to buy sugary foods and drinks. She sided with the plaintiffs who argued the restrictions would undermine their access to food.
That's not some of it's not food.
No.
It really isn't.
It's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
You get more nutritional value out of eating the packaging. The USDA has approved food restriction waivers in 23 states, allowing them to restrict SNAP participants from using their benefits to buy products such as soda and candy. That, according to Brooke Rollins, who's the Agriculture Secretary. Also, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Health and Human Services Secretary. They both endorsed the waivers as part of the Make America Healthy Again movement. But the judge said, look, Congress has decided what food is, and you're not allowed to redefine that. I bet you are.
I think you could, couldn't you? Couldn't you say, okay, these are the items under those that get SNAP benefits? You make a list of, couldn't we do that?
There's already, even without that, there are already restrictions on what you could get. For instance, you couldn't go to the deli and get anything that was ready to eat. That's food. Why in the world are we not allowed to use our SNAP benefits for that? Beer?
No beer.
No beer, even non-alcoholic beer. You can't buy it with SNAP benefits. Doesn't make any sense to me. If that's food, food is food. Now, the claim is, sometimes this is used, to level out diabetics. So is fruit.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things you could use.
There's plenty of things you can use. It doesn't have to be a candy bar. Yeah. Doesn't have to be a candy bar. Doesn't have to be a Coke. There's a lot of different things you can use to level out your diabetes if you have a problem with it. So, look, all we're trying to say is federal benefits shouldn't be a party.
No. No.
It should be the necessities to get you through, and you should want to get off of it as soon as humanly possible. So no Oreos, no Pop-Tarts.
Chips.
No Coke,
Mm-hmm.
no Pepsi,
Mm-hmm.
none of that stuff.
Yep. Junk food.
Keep the junk food off the list and focus on the stuff, fine.
Vegetables, fruit, meats,
Yep.
cheeses, I would think.
Boring.
Yeah. Well, then
That's what we're
maybe
after.
you don't want SNAP benefits anymore.
Yeah.
Actually,
should-
those are the good things that we all ought to be eating.
It's true. You should want
I
to
mean,
get
and again,
off of
if the
this as
reason is
quickly as
you
possible.
want SNAP benefits is because you want to be able to buy junk food, well, then maybe you don't
Yeah.
need SNAP benefits. We're trying to sustain you, and if we're going to sustain you, it's not with a bag, a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi and 3 candy bars. That's
Well-
again, don't we again, where are the benefits coming from? Do we not get to set the standard as to what that is?
Taxpayer dollars.
Yes.
Yeah. This is, of course, going to be appealed. This has been going on, by the way, for quite some time, and I guarantee you this is not the first judge this has been in front of. Because there have been several states who have been banning sugary beverages and candy and things of that nature on SNAP benefits for years. And I don't think for 1 second that this is the first time it's ever been brought up in front of a judge. I guarantee you at least 3 or 4 other judges have looked at it and went, no, this is fine. You can do this. This is a big story because it's the first judge who has said the opposite. No, you're not allowed to do that. Now, it's going to go to an appeals court. The appeals court is probably going to look at it and say, no, I'm pretty sure you can do that. I mean, we already had some restrictions. No reason why we can't put more restrictions. Food is not a human right. That's something that is really interesting, is that people love to, food should be a right for everybody. Well, where do you get the food without it having been the product of somebody else's labor? Because one of the things that is sort of unspoken in the Constitution is that we don't have the right to someone else's labor.
You okay over there?
Sorry, my battery was running low because I didn't turn the little switch on the plug.
It's like, oh no.
Silly me.
Yeah.
We don't have the right to somebody else's labor. When people say healthcare is a right, oh, okay, so you're going to make a doctor work without compensation to take care of you because you think your healthcare is a right. That's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Food is not a right. There's a reason why in the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson put life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that's it. At one point, they were talking about putting land in there.
No.
We find these rights to be, inalienable. They were going to put land in there, and then they stopped and thought about it and said, no, you don't have a right to land. You don't have a right to anything that doesn't involve, if you have to pay for it. That's how that works. You have to come up with the money. You have to pay for it. So I think this judge might be looking at food as a right, and that is probably something that is going to get overturned when it comes to the appeals court. It's almost like she's making an emotional
Statement here.
yeah.
That's what it feels like. No.
improving the health and diet of SNAP recipients is not included in the program, she says. We're not really trying to improve the health. We're just saying if you're going to be on this federal program, it's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be, I want Oreos, so I'm going to get Oreos. Taxpayers shouldn't be buying you Oreos. Taxpayers should be buying you whatever the bare minimum is.
Right. The Oreo is
to
a
get you
treat.
Yeah. When I worked as a cashier, we would get WIC coupons through there all the time. And they were very, very, very exact about what you could buy and what you could not, to the point of the size of the can of concentrated orange juice that was allowed.
Jeez.
I mean, you don't get much more specific than that. And they were very, very tight about it. So I think, SNAP benefits, while we can't say you can only have these things, we can certainly exclude a large number of items and say these things are off the table for you guys. You can't use it to buy dog food.
No. No. There's a lot of things, if you think about what's in the grocery store, that ought to be off that list.
Yeah.
And again, it's to make sure that you have nutrition, SNAP benefits for a period of time because you've hit a bump in the road.
Yeah.
And this is going to help you.
Yeah.
You and your family for a bit of time. But too many people glom onto SNAP benefits and they think that they're entitled to have it all the time. And you're like, no, that's not how this works. And plus the fact, we're going to make sure that you've got nutrition in your body. And some of these other foods that we've just mentioned are not nutritious. Yes, they could sustain you, but, why not limit it to things that would at least be good for you?
Certainly things that are not, junk food or party food items. They're not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be fun. Kids, I don't know how else to put it. It's being on Snap is not supposed to be fun. You're supposed to want to get off of it as quickly as humanly
You
possible.
shouldn't be back there buying lobster and crab legs. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, can you do that with Snap? No.
It's been done.
How do I get on that?
Yeah.
Where do I sign up?
That $25 filet.
Count me in.
Right.
645 with Dixon Dividing Flipsy's Furniture, Designer Furniture, Wholesale Prices. Got big deals coming up for July 4th. That'll be starting next week, and I'll share that information with you when the time is right. Flipsy's Furniture is 1811 Crestwood Boulevard. They're in Irondale, and of course they got the new one. They're on Highway 31 in Hoover. It's not that new anymore. It's been open for a while, but it still has that new furniture store smell. You're going to love both places, depending on where you live. If you live in one of the older sections of town, then Irondale's probably your location because it's got something to fit every single style and decor. If you live in Hoover, you want the Hoover location. You'll love the personnel. You'll love the white glove delivery. Cost a little more, worth every penny. And when I say a little more, I mean just a little more. You will love the 12 months same as cash if you decide to avail yourself of it. Most of all, you're going to love the designer furniture selection and the wholesale prices. That's certainly what I found to be the best about Flipsy's Furniture. I'll never shop for furniture anywhere else again. Flipsy's Furniture, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard, or on Highway 31 next to 2nd and Charles in Hoover. Lindsey Buckingham probably could have retired after this one. I mean, it's been used so many times in so many places. Obviously, 3 of the 4 vacation movies. Excuse me. 4 of the 5 vacation movies. I forgot about that new one, which is just awful. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's
I watched it. I had high hopes, and they were dashed.
Yeah, pretty quickly, actually. And then, it's been used in a whole bunch of commercials, and it's popped up in other movies and movie trailers and things of that nature. So that's what we call mailbox money, kids. Lindsay's doing a bit of all right. 651 Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. I was just looking at our radar and see that there's a bulk of some clouds and storminess that is hovering back Louisiana, Mississippi. But as the radar moves forward, it all goes south of us.
Mm-hmm.
So
South,
we
and a
don't
little
get
bit of
those.
it's dissipating too. So
It's falling apart.
There's a little chance of rain for us for later in the day, but I don't know how much of that we're actually going to experience.
I am A-OK with that.
Mm-hmm.
Sean says, kudos, Richard. You found a shirt to out-snazz yesterday's shirt. This one is live and in Technicolor. I love it. You get 2 choices with me. You get a flat black T-shirt or this. These are your 2 options.
Mm-hmm.
There's no in between. I'm an all-or-nothing kind of guy, Valerie.
This is why we love being on TV, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now
You
we
betcha.
understand what
Yeah.
some of the local media has been talking about for years, and
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah, boy.
Mhm.
McGee says, I get about 50, 60 scam calls, texts, and emails a month. Some are quite clever. If they put all that effort into something good, it would be a much better world. Yeah, I've often wondered that. Like, you have to work so hard to try to scam people out of stuff. Why don't you just get a real job?
Sure would be easier.
It would, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
and then you don't risk having to go to jail.
Davey says, it's in the name, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. It's true. It doesn't say anything about sugar.
No.
Then No Name says, nice shirt, Dixon, which I don't think he really means.
No name.
No, it's no name, just a number involved, just a telephone number.
Mhm.
And it reads to me like, nice shirt, Dixon.
Well,
Or it could be, nice shirt, Dixon.
you never know. That's the problem.
The problem with texting is you get no context at
Mhm.
all. You get
Hey,
no idea.
nice shirt, Dixon guy. Give us your first name and where you live.
Or not. Michelle says SNAP recipients should have to follow the same guidelines as the National School Lunch Program, which children are still receiving for free in most school districts across the country. That would mean they could purchase items with very limited added sugar, and the food must contain a certain percentage of whole grains, along with almost no trans fats. I don't think this approach would seem unreasonable.
It's not. I like that idea.
I do. I like that idea a lot, Michelle. Thank you. I think is this Michelle the lunch lady? This might be Michelle the lunch lady.
If it is, we need to put Michelle the lunch lady there so we know.
She knows a thing or two about lunches.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I love this story. Love this story. A Knicks parade attendee who was out in the crowd just marching and whooping and hollering and carrying on saw a garbage can that she wanted. It was a Knicks-colored garbage can.
Orange and blue.
Yeah, orange and blue.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, got to have that. Of course, it was full of garbage. So she picked it up, flipped it over, dumped all the garbage onto the street, and carried the garbage can home with her
That's classic.
And just to give you
on the subway.
Yeah, just to give you a visual of this, this is one of those. There's nothing special about this garbage can,
No.
right? It has the little, you can see through it, sort of.
Yeah.
There's nothing that says Knicks on it. There's no logo. There's nothing special other than it's orange and blue.
Mm-hmm.
And it is filled with nasty, nasty garbage.
Yep.
What was this woman thinking?
She was thinking, I want that garbage can, but I don't want the garbage inside.
Look, she had a jersey on, right? This
Yep.
woman had a jersey
Yep.
on,
Yep.
an orange beanie cap of some sort. Why? I just want to know why. Why would you take that smelly garbage can home with you?
She wanted the garbage can. I don't know what to tell you.
Why?
I don't
I
have
just
an
don't
answer.
understand that.
Well, I can tell you this.
This is my souvenir from the
Yeah.
championship game. I mean, really?
She can tell everybody, I stole this during the parade. But here's the thing.
Wow, that's a proud moment.
You don't get away with stuff like this for long.
No. Oh.
because there's cameras everywhere, and that was posted online. And Angie Baez was identified almost immediately.
I don't think it's hard not to identify her, if you know what I mean.
She's a little chunky, shall we say? A little on the chunky side. Kind of looks like she's been using her SNAP benefits for something other than diet food.
Jeez.
So wrong. Her employers also saw that and said, "Oh, you don't need to work here any longer.
You're
We're
done.
not sure that you should continue as the executive director of diversity, equity, and inclusion at J.P. Morgan Chase."
Oh, that one
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah. Well, first off, it's time to get rid of that DEI nonsense anyway.
Yeah,
That's for
they were
starters.
looking for a reason, and she just gave it to them.
Man.
Ew.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, she had been the executive director of diversity, equity, and inclusion at The Infatuation, which was a website, web-based something or other. And then they were bought out by J.P. Morgan Chase, and so she got, kind of kicked upstairs to the next level. And that was that. This whole thing is a lesson in how not to behave in public. And, she just decided that she wanted that garbage can. She emptied it out right there on the street.
Again, there's nothing special about it. It's
No.
just a nasty street corner garbage can that you see in any major city. Other than there's a couple of blue stripes, and then through the screen, the metal screen that they have on it is orange. And I'm just, you work at J.P. Morgan for the love. Go buy a garbage can.
Go buy a New York Knicks garbage can. You can probably find one online, huh?
Right.
Probably find one online.
You'd have it ordered
I-
and sent to the house before you even get back home.
I bet it would show up with no garbage in it.
Ooh, and
I
that
bet there'd be
smell.
no garbage in it at all.
Ugh. I mean, it was a full garbage can of nastiness.
I can't imagine the thought process. I will say,
Was she drunk? Do we
Maybe.
know?
Could have
Was
been.
there drugs or alcohol involved in this?
It does not say
Or
anything.
could it just be the fact that she's a New Yorker?
Could be.
Could be, yeah. Based on what we saw with the election results from last night. Good heavens!
Some of it
What is going on in that city?
Some of it is a weird sense of entitlement that liberals seem to have. They seem to think, I want this, so I should have this, and I'm going to take this. And you're like, whoa, where are you getting the idea that you deserve that? Where does that come from? How
Or
does
that it
happen?
belongs to you? How
I
about
pay
that?
taxes. I should have this. I want it, and I'm going to take it with me. Like, that's a collective garbage can. That's for everyone. I thought you people believed in the collective. I don't understand. How did this happen? That you think you should have this garbage can and you want to take it home with you? Weird, wild stuff.
Very
Now,
weird.
I'm still left wondering because it feels a little bit like we're still in the cancel culture era. Would a firm reprimand and you go put that garbage can back from her employers have done the job?
Maybe do some community service or something.
Yeah.
Picking up trash.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, send her out there to pick up trash.
Right,
And,
get her in one of those little suits, reflective gear, and get you a
Yep.
can, and you can carry that around and pick up trash.
the pointy stick and everything.
That's what you do.
I kind of think, maybe we missed an opportunity
Maybe
here.
we did. Maybe the city did.
Get her in some gloves and make her stand on the back of the garbage truck as it drives down the street.
Jeez.
I always wanted to do that as a kid.
Did you?
Oh, I mean, come on. You get to stand on the back of a truck while it's driving? As a kid, that's like, oh, that's gold. Man, I want that job. Then I walked outside and I realized the smell would never work for me.
Oh.
Yeah. Yikes. Thanks, but no thanks. All right. 545-9950. If you got anything to say on this subject or any others, we would love to hear about it. We have so much more to discuss, including coming up in the next hour. We are going to, we discussed menu hacks from Chick-fil-A yesterday.
Yes.
How about Mickey D's?
All right.
Mm-hmm. I don't think these menu hacks are as good, but
And try it. Maybe some of them will work for
it
you.